with Kimra, your favorite mystic. So we're doing Libra now, and if you haven't been watching the other series, the Ascendant is the physical body, your physical manifestation, your physical drive, your personality. Also represents how you grew up, as well as how you compartmentalize things in different areas of your life and how you act those energies out in different areas of your life. So with Libras, let's start with how they look. This is the Venus sign, so that's beauty. So they tend to be beautiful, even if unconventionally attractive. Something about them will just draw your attention. Symmetrical features usually, nothing too uneven going on. They usually are well dressed and trendy. They keep up with the trends, but not to an obsessive degree. They just really like to look nice and appealing usually, and attract attention, but not look like they're trying to attract attention. The Libras rule the upper back area, like the top of the butt. So usually they have a nice butt, nice lower back. They'll have that arch if they're a woman, and yeah, if they're a woman, they usually are pretty attractive. And you know, I always think of like trinkets and cute little charms and stuff when I think of Libras. They'll usually be adorned in like little earrings. They don't forget their accessories. In terms of early life, with Scorpio sitting in their second house, stability could have been a big deal, or there could have been a real change up regarding inheritance early on in life. This could also be an indicator of adoption, because Scorpio energy, which does represent like transformation, and with it being the second house being early on, this could also indicate like belongings, or like a change of belongings early on in life. And that's why I say this could be an early indication of adoption, or just a time when things weren't so stable, like at a time where things should have been stable for a Libra ascendant, there was change. These people love to communicate. They are very eloquent, and communication really is a big deal to them. And they usually are lucky in their communication. They usually just come off positive and really enlightening and just super charming. Because duh, we are talking about Libras here. They're just very charming and just chill and fair and just diplomatic as fuck. They can charm you right out of your pants, I'll tell you that much. And with Libra ascendant women, I noticed that they tend to be preoccupied. Libra ascendant men too. They tend to be preoccupied with, you know, the fair sex, or women in general. So they could be just very charming, or ladies men or ladies women, tend to attract females quite easily, or be very what's the word I'm looking for? Just gentleman type, you know, like I said, charming. The mom could have been cold and distant, emotionally not very warm, or she just could have been working a lot, you know, and just not really, she could have played like the father role and just been more active in her working life than she was at home. Or, you know, like she probably didn't like to cook, or didn't cook that often, or just came off emotionally distant. Also, Libra ascendants can tend to be pretty militant in terms of their home life, and even though they're fair and they in public they come off really sweet, and they are, and they come off fair, like they always want balance. They can be more like it's my way or the highway when it's like their home life. Similar to Capricorn ascendants, when it comes to like their home, they could be a little bossy. Their fun could be seen as unconventional or random, or they could have like sporadic bursts of creative inspiration and just want to run off and do things. These are the people that just get in like, they get like little surges or kicks, or what am I trying to trends that they might hop on, and they just want to, they're all about that. And then it's like the next thing, and there's just, they fun for them could just be things that are different and that are out of the ordinary, and also freedom from structure or a reliable routine could draw them in. Sixth house, we have Pisces. So their daily life and work routine usually is not very persistent. They, you know, could tend to like, they could have a tendency to slack off and, you know, like smoke or drink the day away. They could be, Libras are, you know, they're all about leisure and pleasure. Remember, recreation, food and sex just cause, right? Venus energy. So yeah, they like to chill. They can get lost and forget about time, you know, and just get really indulge in the moment, and, you know, not really take the time to tend to those day-to-day sixth house activities that we all take for granted, like brushing your teeth and washing your ass. Libra Ascendants sometimes just be like, whatever, I just want to lay in bed all day. Relax, bitch. As far as a significant other, they usually do go for lovers that are more domineering, or that could be seen as self-centered or more aggressive in their approach. You know, we're all looking for something that we feel like we don't have in ourselves, but, you know, we're really looking for ourselves. That's another story. But yeah, in this case, it's really true. They have that side of them where they want things their way, and they're not all about other people, and not, you know, they're not always so relationship oriented, and they tend to attract partners that are just like, are like that. Like, that just seems to not want to compromise as much as them, and it could cause sometimes frustration. They can feel like their lovers are, they can feel like they're always compromising with their lovers, but their lovers don't compromise well with them. For them, stability really could come through sex or black magic or the dark arts, or through change. Change could be a constant for them, like them finding stability and comfort in, you know, what other people might consider to be emotionally draining or intense or psychologically demanding scenarios. These people feed off of that. They do well, and they actually can create stability in situations that are unstable. And remember, like I said early on, they could have experienced like adoption or just instability very, very early on in the upbringing. I think later on in life, this is something that really benefits them, actually, because they just tend to really, where other people might get shaken up and lose their shit over unstable grounds, or over like a last minute opportunity, they're the type that can just jump on it and just be with it, you know, roll with the punches. And Libras are the socialites of the zodiac, so they make sense as to where they, social scenarios or different things that are thrown their way, they're able to maintain their poise quite well. Their beliefs tend to change a lot. They don't really stick to one set belief. They're very open-minded. It's extremely open-minded. And when it comes to their friends could play a huge role in their influencing them in their thought process and what they do believe. They tend to look to their groups of friends for guidance, or I won't say guidance, but their belief system can change depending on the friends that they make and the experiences that they do pick up with their friends, which is significant. And what they communicate and express, they could have a lot of ideas around philosophy, a lot of ideas. They could always be expressing themselves as far as philosophy goes, and just really be into talking a lot about the nature of things, not so much the tangibilities, but things that are more far out. Libra Ascendants can get really caught up into those chats. They can be really deep. When it comes to their public perception of them, or like social media, they come off like really sweet and warm and motherly. Their social media could be like full of like cooking or food, even like culinary. These people will be really good at like culinary arts or cooking, just like I said, leisure activities, and just really making a living and a career out of things that we just really enjoy in life. They want to make those things like a regular routine. And Libra, it's like you got to sneak work on them anyway, so I feel like they do well making like something like food or something delicious or tasty or beautiful. They do well with doing, you know, making a career out of something that involves a level of pleasure. When it comes to their family life and, you know, their groups, their organizations, who they belong to, who they rep, they stand out. You know, they're, again, the socialites of the zodiac. So they stand out. They're known for being more creative and, you know, romantic and pretty. They have pretty big hearts in terms of like what they really care about. Like I said, Libras aren't as shallow as you would think. And they really do have a deep side, and what they really believe in, they stand by it. And this happens to be really like fixed energy in terms of who they relate to and how they relate. Like they really do like to be amongst circles where they shine and they are well loved and well liked and well known, you know. Libra shit. For them, their subconscious energy and what might be hard for them to grasp and have access to without meditation or proper rest is, you know, their knack for daily routine. That, like I said, they can really get caught up in being like a little lazy and just kind of fucking off the day and putting things off till tomorrow, until the next day, just because they're just busy living life and relaxing, enjoying food and the way the sheets feel against their skin, basically. So they don't really trip too hard about like nitpicking things or being like really anal like Virgos can be, and they can get lost and just kind of have a tendency to be irresponsible. So one thing that kind of does help them is if they kind of slow down and just really like focus on just deep breathing practices and just meditation and centering themselves, because it's really coming from a place of just wanting to relax. So if they do that, they'll before they start the day even, or at night before they go to bed, they'll wake up more refreshed. Because I just really see it where when they go to bed, there's like a lot on their mind. That's when I feel like Libras can start to overthink and get anxiety. And so I feel like that causes them to then wake up and then they like oversleep or they don't get proper rest. So then it's like they wake up want to like smoke or do something to kind of come down off of all that mental energy, because Libra is a very mental sign. So to kind of slow that process up and calm it down a little bit, I strongly suggest yoga and meditation. And meditation could just be your favorite pastime, like painting, drawing, listening to your favorite music, staring out the window, going for a walk, petting your cat. You know, I think that's all I have for Libra Ascendant. Anyway, it was fun. Be sure to join me on the next one. We'll be talking about Scorpios. Yeah, it's been fun so far. Please feel free to subscribe if you want to be updated and keep track of when I'm uploading videos. And yeah, until the next one.